The BBC seem to have a problem playing our national anthem. Remember we discussed it a couple of days ago? Well, this latest revelation will truly shock you. Hi, good morning, Neil Sean here in the heart of London. We're in Jermyn Street today. Now, Jermyn Street, for those that don't know, is one of those most historic of places. It is the place where gentlemen, shall we say, go to get all of their expensive clothes. You can get everything here, from shirts made by the makers of James Bond shirts, no less, through to His Royal Highness Prince Charles. I like walking through here, actually, by the way, because you do kind of look in and think, wow, can't afford that, but it would be nice just to look in, you know, to maybe walk in the shop and get an aroma of what rich people and expense smell like. But back as ever to your breaking news story of the day. You will recall, of course, a couple of days ago we told you all about a Conservative MP that got up in the House of Commons to basically ask broadcasters here in the United Kingdom if in this Platinum Jubilee year they could well see their way to playing our much admired national anthem, perhaps at the close of broadcast or perhaps even at the start, the beginning of their broadcast. Well, as you can imagine, as we told you before here on the show, that was really met with a mixed bag. In fact, the MP, Andrew Rossendale, basically got quite a bit of abuse on social media, which is absolutely ridiculous. What's wrong with being proud of your country? But of course you would expect the state broadcaster, the BBC, the British Broadcasting Corporation, to at least get behind this, given, as I said to you the other day, their sort of rather lacklustre approach, and more importantly, the bad taste feeling that they've left within the British monarchy following that debacle of the Martin Bashir Panorama interview, and of course what that led to, thousands of pounds worth of licence payers' money being paid, not just to charities, but of course to other people too. Step forward, we also mentioned the Princes and the Press documentary, which didn't go down well at all. But now, on that particular day, they decided on that particular programme, which of course is now synonymous with the Prince Andrew interview, to finish the programme like this.
The demand by the Conservative MP Andrew Rossendale, the BBC One should play God Save the Queen at the end of the day's programming to mark our departure from the EU. Well, we're not a BBC One and it's not quite the end of the day, but we're incredibly happy to oblige. Good night.
God save the Queen, the fascist regime.
Now, as you can see, that was rather mocking, you know, rather than using our traditional national anthem, they thought it would be rather funny to use the 1970s punk band, God Save the Queen. Now, if that wasn't disrespectful enough, let's not forget, of course, the broadcaster here is Kirsty Walk. She's paid over £200,000 a year by the BBC from, of course, the public purse. Now, what's interesting with her, of course, is her son actually wrote a play, you might call it, in a loose term, associated with the British monarchy. I'll let you dig that up. It was so successful when it appeared in a very small theatre about 2 years ago, it never transferred anywhere. So you can understand her background, if you get my drift. But not only that, Miss Walk has decided to, well, let the world know during this terrible time where people are struggling with food banks, low income, that sort of stuff, that she never travels anywhere without buying up bottles of Chanel No. 19, as she's very worried it may actually run out. Third world problems by BBC presenters, eh? But moving back to the story, I did contact the programme to ask, well, why did they do this? And at the time of recording this, nobody's actually got back to let me know the reasons why. Perhaps they thought it was rather amusing, who knows. Whichever way though, when you are funded by the public purse, the most important thing, of course, is to make sure that you keep your public on side. And seemingly for the BBC, they have a distinct lack of respect for our glorious monarch, Her Majesty the Queen, and other senior members of the British monarchy. Now, you could say on both sides of it that, well, this could be just simply their little joke. They're making a little bit of fun, and of course it's nothing to take too much umbrage about. I'll let you decide exactly what you think in the comments below. Over here, once again for the BBC, it's simply not played out very well. And if I was Miss Walk, being paid over £200,000 a year for something that looks a little bit like a part-time job on Newsnight, I'd be very worried indeed about my future. Neil Sean, Jermyn Street, London.